Santità, i tempi cambiano. L'Europa e il mondo occidentale in generale vivono una crisi economica
Holiness,
profonda,
times change.
ma che
Europe and the
manifesta anche
Western world in
dimensioni di
general are
vulnerabilità
experiencing a
sociale e
deep economic
morale,
crisis,
di grande
which also makes
incertezza per il
manifest serious
futuro
social
e
and moral
diventano
problems and a
particolarmente
great
dolorose per
uncertainty
i
about the
giovani.
future, all of
Nei
which
giorni
become
scorsi abbiamo
particularly
visto ad
painful for
esempio i
young
fatti
people.
avvenuti in Gran
In recent
Bretagna
days, we have
con
seen, for example,
scatenamento
the
di
events taking
ribellione o di
place in Britain
aggressività.
with the outbreak of
Allo
rebellion and
stesso tempo
aggression.
ci sono segni
At
di
the same
impegno
time, there are
generoso ed
signs of
entusiasta,
generous
di
and
volontariato,
enthusiastic commitment,
solidarietà
of
di
volunteerism and
giovani credenti
solidarity
e
by
anche
young
non
believers
credenti. E a
and
Madrid
non-believers alike.
incontreremo
In
moltissimi
Madrid, we
giovani
will meet many
meravigliosi.
wonderful young people.
Quali
What
messaggi può
message of
dare la
hope and
Chiesa per la
encouragement can the
speranza e
Church give to the
l'incoraggiamento dei
youth of the
giovani del
world,
mondo,
especially those who are now
soprattutto quelli
tempted
che
to
sono oggi
discouragement
tentati
and
di
rebellion?
scoraggiamento e di ribellione?
Ecco, si conferma nella crisi attuale economica quanto è già apparso nelle precedenti grandi crisi, che la dimensione etica non è una cosa esteriore.
And thus it is confirmed in the current economic crisis that which had already appeared in previous great crises, that the ethical dimension is not something external to economic problems, but an inner and fundamental dimension. The economy does not only work with a self-regulated market, but needs an ethical way of reasoning in order to work for man. It appears again that what John Paul II had already said in his first social encyclical, man must be the center of the economy, and the economy cannot be measured solely according to the achievement of profits. Its true measure is according to how it serves the good of everyone, including taking responsibility for others, and the economy works really well only if it works in a humane manner with respect for others. This includes different dimensions. The first is that individuals take responsibility for their nation and not just for themselves. The second is that nations must take responsibility for the world, beyond their own national interests. Even a continent like Europe must not only think of its own good, but assume responsibility for all of humanity, and should always think about its economic problems in the light of this responsibility for other parts of the world, for those who are suffering, thirsty, and hungry, and who have no future. And then, the third dimension of this responsibility is the responsibility for the future. We know that we must protect our planet, but we must also protect the functioning of the service of economic work for everyone by reckoning that tomorrow is also today. If the youth of today have no prospects in life, our today has made a grave mistake and is evil. Therefore, the Church, with her social doctrine, with her doctrine of responsibility to God, opens man up to the possibility of renouncing profit and seeing things in the religious and humanistic dimension, that is, to live for one another. Thus open even paths. The large number of volunteers who work in different parts of the world not for themselves but for others, and thereby find meaning in life, show that this is possible, and that educating young people to aspire to these great purposes, such as the Church is trying to do, is essential for our future.
Che è possibile fare questo e che una educazione a questi grandi scopi come la cerca di fare la Chiesa è fondamentale per il nostro futuro.